He's Kevin.
She's Robyn.
And we're the Schwobs. R and R.
R-N-N-R.
R-N-R.
R-N-R.
Rest in, well, peace doesn't work because it's not a...
No. So a couple of years ago, our friend Tony Green had said something to me about relax in your relationship.
Wait. You're not supposed to relax in your relationship.
No, what are you supposed to do?
I don't know. Gripe.
Huh?
Gripe. Complain.
Complain. Whine.
Whine. That's a good one.
Whine.
Yes, whine.
But as I was praying through titles,
R and R came to mind.
Yeah. Pirates in the Caribbean.
R.
Yeah,
Yes.
there you go. But I'm like, okay, R-N-R. And then so it started with relax in your relationship and then
Okay, so before you go on to what else God told you, let's start there.
There. Okay.
Relax in your relationship. What does that mean?
So relax in your relationship means that, as we've talked before, God put you and I together. And, whoever God places in your life as a spouse, you're supposed to relax in that relationship. Trust in that individual. Not be concerned about what?
Okay, but I take relax as in hanging out in the hammock going to sleep.
Hey, we got a hammock in the backyard.
I know, that's why I said that. But so relaxing to me is letting go of all your carries, all your worries, everything. How do you do that in a relationship? Because you've got the bills to pay, the baby gets sick, the teenager's talking back.
The dog's talking back.
The dog is talking back. The cat's smacking you in the face because she's just in the mood. The TV's broken. The refrigerator's not working. The Ninja, the air fryer went kaput. That's the biggest, And on top of that...
Especially for the non-cook.
Yes, and on top of that, my spouse is irritating the heck out of me. How in the world am I supposed to relax?
Well, capital G, capital O, capital
All right, I am so sick of that answer. Give me something else.
All right. So, you are supposed
to... No, don't like that one either.
Okay, keep going.
Exactly. Y'all, I'm playing devil's advocate on purpose.
And she loves every minute of it.
Of course I do. Because this is our attitude. Our attitude is, how are we supposed to relax when everything around us is going wrong and God's not doing anything about it?
Or we feel that God's not doing anything about it.
But we're not supposed to go on our feelings.
Right.
So we believe He's allowing all these awful things to happen, and I'm supposed to relax in my relationship when my relationship is awful, when all we do is yell at each other. Okay.
When everything's in chaos.
Because I like books and characters. So I'm reading this book where the two characters have been married for around 6 years, but they've only been together for about one of those 6 years.
Okay.
They lost their infant child and blamed each other.
Oh, boy.
And to deal with it, one of them ran away on assignment, and the other one just left.
Oh, boy.
And now they're back together because they think they have found their daughter.
Mm-hmm.
But all they're doing is yelling at each other and blaming each other still. How are we to... And they are Christians in this book.
Mm-hmm.
This is fictional, literally. How are they supposed to relax in it?
It definitely is easier said than done. No doubt about it. Especially heat of the moment and that type of thing. You've got to take a step back and ask the Holy Spirit, how am I supposed to handle this?
And his answer, I know his answer.
Mm-hmm.
Love them.
No matter what.
Love them.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not talking he's talking agape love.
Mm-hmm.
And not passionate love.
Right.
He's talking about doing things for them. About,
unconditional.
The dishes that they've been sitting in the sink and your wife's been working 12 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So you do them. Or if you're really smart, you get the kids to do them. Relax in the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I believe means to step back when things aren't going right.
Mm.
Yes, we are to pray, but we need to step back and relax and take some deep breaths and let things really sink in and start asking yourself what really matters.
Something that just came to me that you used to say to Kenny quite often.
Just breathe.
Yeah.
And when I said that, and I've said that to you,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying breathe. You are breathing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying stop, take a breath, look at your surroundings, think about what you're doing, think about what's going on. Just breathe meant more than just breathe.
Okay, so let's break that down a little bit.
Okay.
So break down the breathe. Check your surroundings. What do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, what's causing you to get so upset? Is it something going on around you, or is it something inside you? Because with Kenny, anything could make him explode.
Right.
So just breathe. Check your surroundings. Is there something irritating you? Is there something that's driving you nuts? Is it the train going by for the 5th time in 6 minutes, or at 2 o'clock in the morning, and the conductor thinks he needs to blow the horn 20,000 times?
At the highest octave level.
At the highest octave level possible, yeah. Or is it your emotions getting the best of you, and so you need to just stop and breathe and calm your emotions?
And here's another angle to look at that you said to Kenny, you've also said to me, is how earth-shattering is the situation?
Yeah. So okay, I'm going to do what my pastor does. I'm going to talk about me.
Your favorite song.
Well, yes, but because we know all our listeners are perfect. So,
yes.
Because Pastor tells us we're all perfect, so, I know sometimes that I can make a mountain out of a molehill.
We both have, yeah.
And because of that, I then seem to attack that molehill
full force
and make it a ditch. And now I'm in a ditch. And I have no ladder to get out. And that's sometimes what I mean by check yourself, is what's going on. Is this problem really worth all
frustration,
the frustration, all the anger, all the tantrum that you're giving it. And so when we say relax in your relationship, cherish the good times. Cherish them and remember them. So when the bad times come, you can remember the good, relax in it, relax in what God has shown and teach you, and move forward to see what God's about to do in your relationship.
And another thing, if you've been together for a long period of time, you can look back at the times that have been rough and tough. And you can say, God got us through this.
He's going to get us through this.
What makes me think he's not going to get me through whatever the circumstance is?
I'm looking at your little notes here. And raise in your respect keeps popping out on me.
Okay.
And I think one of the problems, I know it's a problem we've had, is our respect for each other and what we are able to do. We've talked many times about the fact that growing up,
You didn't feel hurt.
Well, no. You trying to finish my sentences not knowing what I'm saying? Yes. I was expected to mow lawn. I was expected to feed the chickens. I was expected to muck out the chicken coop. I was expected to feed the ducks. It was required of me to shovel the snow, to clean the house, to do dishes, to make meals. There was nothing not required of me growing up. Where for you, it was the opposite. And so when you start doing dishes, and, we have a dishwasher, so he just has to put the dishes in the dishwasher. But they're not going into the map he has in his mind, which I can't see. And so he's over there going, and I want to go, hands around his neck, because that sound is like nails on a chalkboard to me. When I should have been thanking him and being for trying and doing, and respecting the fact that he's out of his comfort zone doing something he's never done before or really done before. With him, we've talked about his hip and the breakage and everything, and how you got mad at me for putting you in a place that overdosed you. When you should have respected the fact that I was trying to work part-time, raise a child full-time,
do what's best for the family.
And do what's best for the family at that moment.
Yeah.
But
I wasn't looking at the entire picture.
No, because, and I love your mother. I'm going to put that in there now. Because you were used to your mother doing things for you and getting what you wanted. And she had that capability.
Right.
But you weren't working at that moment because you had and we had just moved into a new apartment, and I keep telling you, if I left you along with my mother, my bet was on my mother to which one would come out alive.
That wouldn't have ended well.
So I was looking at the big picture, and instead of him respecting that, he blamed me and felt unwanted and unloved because I didn't put him where he wanted to be?
I was going through a ton of emotions. I was in a pity party. I was in a I don't want to be away from my family. The way that I was perceiving things was not right. And
But and we've talked about that. My point is
right.
that there are times in your relationship with your spouse that you forget that what they're doing is what's the word I'm looking for? You forget that what they're doing may be what's best for you, for the family, and maybe they're going out of their comfort zone a little bit. You're forgetting all this. And because you're forgetting all this, you're forgetting to respect what they do and how they do it.
You know, something that you tell me on occasion is that I can be tunnel visioned. And whenever you are tunnel visioned, your vision is skewed. Because you're only focused on one thing.
Right.
And that's it.
Right.
And I was scattered, but I was focused on the fact I didn't want to be here.
But I understand that. And I'm not asking, you're defending yourself.
No, okay.
And I'm not asking, we've talked about this, babe.
Yeah.
We're good. My point is, and we've both done this, and others have done this. You don't look at the other person and what they're going through, and respect that.
Yeah.
Okay. Another one you have on here is rest in your restoration. Okay. What is restoration?
So restoration is when you are able, when you have asked forgiveness, when you have mended a relationship, when you have noticed that you have done something that God has said, this is not right, and this is what you need to do. Restoration is when you guys come together and things get back to what they were before everything blew up in smoke.
Okay.
Restoration is mending a broken heart, is mending a wounded heart. Let me say it that way. Not broken, but wounded. I like that better. You're looking at the definition?
Of course I am. Hold on. My phone is not cooperating.
And you have the saved iPhone.
Well, yeah, but you know. All right. A bringing back to a form of position or condition. An act of restoring or the condition of being restored. Restoring to an unimpaired or improved condition. The replacing of missing teeth or crowns. I like that one.
All right. So let's go with a wounded heart.
Okay.
When you are not feeling respected, when you are wondering why my spouse doesn't love me, why are they not paying attention to me, why are they not investing in me, you're wounded.
Okay.
Is that a safe assumption?
Yeah.
Okay. So when someone realizes what they've done to their spouse,
Okay.
And God smacks them and says, they're not the problem. You're the problem. That's when, and this kind of ties in with one of the other things that you and I were talking about before we came in here. It's not about you, but it is about you.
Okay. You can just stop there.
Okay.
Because you confuse me when you say things about like that.
Okay.
Because
so
it's not about you, but it is about you. Then let's talk about me. Restoration is about resting in reconciliation.
Wow.
It's restoring.
I like it.
It's restoring something back better than it was.
Yes.
Okay? So your example, though good, it's not really what restoration's all about.
Gotcha.
Okay? It's like, okay, I do a lot of shopping at Goodwill. And it's like finding a piece of furniture, like a table, a small table, a coffee table. And it's in pretty bad shape. It's got some grooves. It's got some tears. It's got a couple hammer spots in it. It's been painted 3 different colors. And you take it home and you buy it for $2. And you take the sander and you sand the whole thing down and you sand the legs, and instead of painting it, you put a polish on it, and all of a sudden, it's this beautiful little coffee table.
Ooh.
And you've restored it back, or even better than its original position.
You know, something that just hit me.
Yes.
Flea market flip.
Yes. Yeah.
That's kind of what you're describing.
But they're restorationing things. They're restoring it to a better place. Okay? In your relationship, it's after you have gone through reconciliation. It's you have here rise in your reconciliation, which means we're going to make this really simple. We're not going to talk about this much. Basically, it means get up and do something. Raise to the reconciliation. Get up and reconcile with the person you need to reconcile. Reconcile with your spouse.
Reconcile with the person that you've wounded. Reconcile with the person that you've ticked off.
In this case, it's your spouse. And then restore your marriage. Restore your relationship. Rest in the fact that you are restoring your relationship better than it was.
Yes. Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you, the only way you can relax in your relationship, rest in your restoration, rise in your reconciliation, and raise your respect level is to be in the Word and to pray. We are in a place right now where we're thinking, talking, praying through, or have been praying through 3 or 4 different things. And one thing we have tried to commit to, because we pray separately, we have our devotion times, it's us and God. I read my Bible, it's us and God. Oh, and you said, what else do I have to do? I have to spend time in 1 Samuel today. So it's not just listening to my book. I just thought I'd throw that in there. That does not example any of those, by the way. The squirrels, you should see them around this house. They're incredibly. And we have rabbit.
I'm going to start calling you Rocky. I'm just going to go Rocky.
And we have rabbit trails too. That go in and out of this house. Wab it. Anyway, one thing we have started to do is we made the commitment to try and pray together every day about these decisions that we need to make.
And it's been neat to see how God has been talking.
It's been neat to see how God has been talking. It's also been neat to see how we've been talking. And so all this, rabbit trails and all, is to say that when you're focused, and people, we don't always, I know in some of the beginning ones we were very lean on God, but Kevin and I can truly say that if it wasn't for the grace of God, we would not be sitting here today.
No.
So it is God, and all we do, it is God that helps us to relax in our relationship. It is God that gives us the rest to restore our relationship. It is God that helps us rise up and reconcile. It is God that helps us raise our respect for one another. It is through prayer, reading the Bible, and practicing it that we are able to stand here and sit here today and share these things with you.
Definitely. And on that note,
if you've been enjoying our podcast, please
like,
share,
and subscribe.
Until next time.
Thanks for coming on.